Hello everyone, this is Chris Burns from SlashGear. Today we're taking a look at the LG Nexus 4, and we're going to be taking a look at the device in a very brief way, simply because this is the version that you're going to get from T-Mobile. Now, what you're seeing here is a startup sequence. You're seeing it relatively dark because the camera just picks it up that way since it automatically does it. There you see it pop up a little bit nicer. But what we're going to look at here is the differences between this and the regular version of the device. Now, as you'll see in the review, the only differences are that you'll be getting some notifications from T-Mobile. You'll be getting, there's no T-Mobile apps added in here. The only things that are in here that you wouldn't see normally when you open the device for the first time are things that I've just added, such as Mini Mac that doesn't work on a normal device, Global Outbreak, Ingress, and some other ones. Ingress is a game that Google is creating right now. It's in sort of a beta mode that'll be working in sort of augmented reality and will certainly be working on this device right out of the box. So we're going to be taking a look at that as soon as we're all allowed to be using it. Another thing is Nexus 4 Dots. That's a live wallpaper that doesn't come with the device but looks really nice because it reflects sort of the dots that are on the back of this device. You'll see in the close-up photos. Now, another thing you should notice right here is that we have a Samsung Tactile app. Now, this app is just to remind us that we are working with a slightly different NFC sort of tagging system. You can read more about that in the review as well. But just to note that it is a sort of a futuristic way of looking at things and not the same as the Galaxy S3. So beware of cross utilization because it might not work. Next thing we're going to look at here is we're going to go back out and just take a look at the settings. If you go into your settings like this, you can see we are working with the newest Jelly Bean build of Android, which means that we're able to do this sort of stuff that we're able to do since Ice Cream. We're also able to knock them all out like so, and go into these mini settings. Now, when you go into these, you're able to see that you can set your brightness right out of the box like that. You can set it to auto, or you can just adjust it. You can do things like work with your Wi-Fi. You can work with your data right there. You can see it's T-Mobile. That's another difference, is that's not going to pop up automatically if you get the one from Google. Here's your battery. You can switch to airplane mode and switch to Bluetooth off and on. That's pretty great compared to a lot of the devices out there right now using Windows Phone or iOS. You can't switch those automatically. You have to go in a couple of levels at least more than this. Now, if you go into settings right here, you'll see that everything is standard. Everything looks as it normally would, no matter which where you buy this device, should say. Go to About Phone. You can see we're running on Nexus 4, Android version 4.2, Jelly Bean. If I hold that down, you can see the Jelly Beans floating around there like so. We can go back up to the front. The one other thing we're going to see here is we're going to take a look at Asphalt 7. This is a game that I usually use to just show the power of the device. Right now we're working with the same processor that we used with the LG Optimus G, which means it's quad-core, Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 Pro, and this app should be working extremely well. Another thing to note is that the speakers are extremely loud, extremely nice on this device, and that we're flying through these screens as we very well should be. Continue. Thanks.
Welcome to Hawaii.
There we go. As you can see, everything is floating really nice. There's no holdups here, no skips, and we are going essentially as high definition as we're going to go, unless we're working with, of course, the HTC Droid DNA, which also just came out. That's working with the highest definition display on the market right now, but we are working with one of the highest on this device as well. Looks very nice. There we go. Check out the rest of the review.